buying a condo in Toronto. Should we choose resale or pre-con? Hi, my name is Priscilla. I'm a real estate broker in the Greater Toronto area. Today, let's talk about this hot topic, resale versus pre-con. My general feeling is that pre-construction is more for investment, but if it's for your own residence, resale might be a better fit. Of course, there are other considerations, but today we're going to discuss a couple key points. Pre-construction has several obvious benefits. To start, we do not need to apply for mortgage loan right at the point we sign purchase agreement with developer. The mortgage can be considered at the occupancy. Occupancy is the day that the physical building is built and the renovation is done. So developer will give us the key to either move in or find a tenant. So there are a couple months between occupancy date and the closing date, and we can use that period to apply for loan. But right now, at the point of signing purchase agreement, from the contract signed to the occupancy, normally for a high-rise condo building is 3, 4, 4, 5 year time. So we don't need to worry about that just right now yet. Another good thing about getting a pre-con is that the non-resident speculation tax is only needed to pay at closing. But since there are 4 years down the road, like I just mentioned, so you don't need to pay for the NRST right now. So if you are certain in couple year time, you will become a PR, permanent resident, then at the time at closing, if you already get your resident status, then you can avoid NRST. Pre-con also has a flexibility because if at the time we apply for example, mortgage, and then our financial status is no longer as good as we expected, we won't be able to get enough loan, then we always have an option to assign this pre-con. Assignment means that we find another buyer to replace us to execute the contract with developer. So we sell this contract to someone else so we can avoid the possible penalty. One thing we really need to be aware is that for today's pre-construction condo in Toronto, particularly downtown Toronto, is that its price is already a lot more expensive than resale. We'll take a look at the setup number after this. Also, since it's a pre-con, it hasn't been built yet, so there are associated uncertainties. For example, the occupancy date can be postponed, and in a rare chance, the project can also be cancelled. For resale, because it's tangible, a lot of things is more controllable, particularly if it's for your own residence. You want to go there and see and feel if you like the neighborhood, if you like that building, and resale give you those. The price is also a lot more friendlier. We'll take a look later. For resale though, you have to be aware that you have to be financially fully ready just right now. The down payment has to be there, and the ability to borrow has to be sound. Another thing is that, and as for NRST, non-resident speculation tax, at the closing, you already need to pay immediately. Particularly nowadays, the new rule says that before you have, if you hold student visa or a work visa, you can ask for refund when certain conditions meet. Right now, there's no such thing. So NRST has to be paid at closing, and if you do not become permanent resident within the 4 years, you can no longer get that NRST back. So you need to be aware of that. There can be various considerations between resale and pre-con. These are a couple general thoughts of mine. So if your down payment is ready and your financial status is sound, you have a good borrowing power just about right now, go for resale because of the friendlier price. And if you're a newcomer, you're coming to Toronto to settle, and then get a resale, because the whole family together, you can sense, you can feel, you can choose your dream home together, and your possession date won't be affected. But if you're overseas buyer, you do not believe during the waiting time, the property price will rise above 20%, which will compensate the NRST you pay today, then get a pre-con. Because in a future day, you might have your PR status, you can avoid the 20% tax. If you're a parent, you want to help your teenager children to start up their life, then get a pre-con today, wait until the closing, and when they become an adult, add their name. So this is our way to lock today's price, but help our children to start their life. Okay, so before we leave, I want to show you the comparison on property price between pre-con and resale. I choose 3 neighborhoods in downtown area. One is Yorkville, then Fashion District / Entertainment District, and then a little bit to the east, Moss Park and Young Bay Street corridor. Each neighborhood, I choose one newly launched pre-construction project and their 1-year-old resale neighbor. Let's see the difference. Huge, isn't it, the difference? For the east side, Alias is 17% more expensive than its neighbor, 60 Shooter. And then 33 Yorkville, the very hot pre-constructions, 20% higher than 1 Yorkville in unit price per square footage. On the west side, Entertainment District, this is where the gap is the most obvious. Natasha is 35% higher than 115 Blue Jays. My understanding is that during the COVID time, the resale condo apartment in downtown area, no matter its rental price or the sold price, is really hammered by the fact that people don't go to work, people stay away from their campus, they're just doing online lessons at home. So due to the lack of accommodation needs, the price was really hammered. However, for pre-construction projects, the developers have no reason to believe current COVID status will affect the property price for 3, 4, 5 years down the road. So they did not discount a penny on the newly launched pre-con projects. So with time, when the resale condo apartment in downtown remain relatively flat and the pre-con price continue go up like other property type, the gap between these two becoming wider and wider. So this is the end of today's sharing. If you have any recent sale or purchase plan, please feel welcome to talk to us so we can cater the strategy just for you. See you in next video.